Hello, lovely youths. We are here now to learn some vocabulary. And I know, learning is hard and it can sometimes be tedious and sometimes things take lots of practice. So, to incentivize you to do this activity, which you have to do anyway, but to incentivize you, but you have to do it, but to incentivize you, if you do this activity till the end of this video, I'll introduce you to my puppy. Oh, puppies! Okay, so what you're going to do for this vocabulary lesson is you are going to be following along with me on your piece of paper and doing a press play, watch me, press pause, do. Press play, watch me, press pause, and then you do it. So your piece of paper will actually look like my piece of paper at the end. So let's get started. You need a pencil and a piece of paper. You might need an eraser, but really, if you make a mistake, you don't even really have to erase it. We're just learning. It's okay. Okay, so we're here on our piece of paper. The first thing you're going to do, oh, I forgot something important. You also need your ruler, okay? So the first vocabulary word we're going to learn right now is the word horizontal. So my paper right now is set up in a landscape orientation. That means my paper is going back and forth, not up and down. And I am just going to, I'm actually going to line this little line that I can see on my cereal box up with the edge of my paper here. And I'm going to try to eyeball it to make sure that this is truly horizontal or truly back and forth. And I'm going, or I can line this up here with the edge of this paper. And I'm going to make a line going straight across to the end. Now, one thing I want you to notice is that whether you're using a ruler or a cereal box, I'm like studying it with my hand, and then I'm actually pushing my arm down on it, on the cereal box and on the table as well. So you're going to draw a horizon line, and then I'm going to actually label it by just writing with a little cute arrow, horizon line, horizon line. And then I'm also going to make an arrow where I'm going to call it a horizontal line. And that's what you're going to do. So go ahead and press pause and do this. So now that you have your horizon line drawn, which is a horizontal line going across your paper, I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. You do not have to draw this. So a horizon line is a line that divides the sky, which is up here, and I've drawn clouds in it to make it look more sky-rific. And then down here, the land or the ocean or whatever is on the earth in your picture plane. So this is your picture plane. This is the horizon line. If you're ever not remembering how to, the difference between a horizontal line and a vertical line, what I like to do is make a little capital H, and this big thing going across the middle is it reminds me of horizon line. So this looks like a sky and this looks like the ground, and I'm like, poof. That line going across the middle means it's a horizon line, which is like an H. So there's actually a horizontal line in, one second, bud. There's actually a horizontal line in an H. Our next vocabulary word is vertical line. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to make my cereal box here, the edge of it, flush with the edge of my paper. And I'm going to draw a vertical line, which is a line that goes up and down, and you can make it anywhere on your paper. I'm going to make mine right here. It's just going up and down. I know it's going to be truly vertical because I kind of eyeballed it to make sure. And I lined this part of my cereal box or my ruler up with this on my paper. So I know that it's like truly this edge and this line that I just made are perpendicular. And so it's a true vertical line. And so I'm just going to make an arrow. And it's going to say vertical line. So you can go ahead now and make your paper look like this. Go ahead and pause. And we're back now. And the way that I remember a vertical line is because the word vertical has this V in it, vertical, and it almost looks like an arrow. So what I do when I can't remember the difference between vertical and horizontal is I write the word vertical, and then I actually just make a little line going up from it like that, and I remember that the vertical line goes up and down. And if I'm still stumped on horizontal, I can write the word horizontal by the word vertical, and I remember this line going back and forth right there is a horizontal line. So that's how I remember that vocabulary. Let's go to our next word. So here we are learning our next word. Our next word is going to be vanishing point. Now, I'm just going to make a dot here somewhere on this horizon line. It does not matter where it is. So that's my vanishing point. And I'm going to make an arrow to it, and I'm just going to write the word vanishing point. And the reason this is called a vanishing point is because we are going to be drawing objects that look 3D. And in order to make them look 3D, they're going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as they get farther away on the paper, or as they look farther away in the paper. And this little vanishing point is going to be where we make all of our guidelines to tell us how to make things get smaller as they get farther away. So go ahead and pause the video. You should have a horizon line, which is also a horizontal line, a vertical line, and then a vanishing point. Okay, our final vocabulary word today is going to be something called an orthogonal line. Orthogonal lines can be diagonal, and they usually are, but diagonal lines are not necessarily orthogonal. And what I mean by that is an orthogonal line always goes to the vanishing point. So let's say you're trying to draw a house. I would perhaps draw a horizontal line, another horizontal line, a vertical line, and a vertical line. And this is going to be the front of my little house. And let's add a little roof, a little triangle there. So that's going to be my roof. And if I wanted to make this start looking 3D, like it was getting smaller as it gets farther away from me, I would need to make some orthogonal lines. So orthogonal lines are just lines that go from the object that you're trying to make look 3D. So I'm going to go to the corner of my house. This is the object I'm trying to make look 3D. And I'm going to go whoop to my vanishing point. Now I'm going to go from this little corner whoop to my vanishing point. And I'm going to go from the top of my roof to my vanishing point, whoop. And you can see all three of these lines went to the same place, which is the vanishing point. And so they are all three orthogonal lines. Orthogonal lines. So you can draw a house on your paper like I just did and connect the corners that are closest to the vanishing point using your ruler or straight edge, or you can connect the top or the bottom of your vertical line. I'm going to connect the top of my vertical line down to my vanishing point. You can just do this. That is an orthogonal line. So orthogonal lines are just lines that go from the object you're trying to make look 3D down to your vanishing point. So this is now also an orthogonal line. So you can write orthogonal line somewhere on your paper from a line that's going to the vanishing point that you make with your straight edge. So what you're going to do now that you have your vocabulary sheet done is I'm just going to label the top. I'm going to write 1 point perspective vocabulary. And then I'm going to write my name. And you'll write your class if you're in the classroom. So this is what your paper should look like now. Let's get the dog. Hello. So this is Ollie. He's really sweet. He's got a little bone here. Come here, baby. Come here. He's very nice. He's not like one of those dogs that's going to fight me over his bone. He just gives it to me. There he is. Ali, Ali. Yeah, he's a really good guy. Yes, you are. You are. The last thing you're going to do is you are going to take your finished vocabulary sheet and you are going to insert a photo of it into the Google Classroom. In the Google Classroom, that's where you're going to turn it in so that I can check it. You all did a really good job and you are awesome. Thank you.